Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Aiken again. I'm here to read to you another story for the week. This one is a really cute story. We have a couple in the same series, so I will try and find those on one of the kids' bookshelves upstairs and read to you those as well. So this one is called Otis and the Puppy by Lauren Long. Lauren Long, not sure how she pronounces her name. It's a pretty big book, so the pages are a little wrinkly because it's hard to hold. We'll see, we'll do it like this. It was springtime on the farm where the friendly little tractor named Otis lived. The flowers bloomed, the trees were filled with leaves, and the farm buzzed with the joy of a new season. There were fields to plow and crops to plant, and Otis was right in the middle of it all, working hard. Put, puff, puttedly, chuff. You see him right there? He's a tractor. When the workday was over, Otis, the little calf, and all their farm friends loved to play hide and seek. Otis loved to be it, counting 1 putt, 2 puffs, 3 puttity, 4 chuff, and his friends ran to hide. When he reached 10, it was game on, and Otis motored here and there looking for his friends. Can you see him down in this corner? There he is. They're all running to hide. I wonder what's going to happen in this story. It's called Otis and the Puppy. He found the little calf hiding in a deep thicket of wildflowers. He found the ducks hiding in the mud pond. And he found the bull hiding in the haystack. Otis and the animals would play until the sun disappeared behind the trees, making sure to be home before darkness fell. It's hard to do this because everything is backwards on the computer. One evening, the farmer gathered everyone up in front of the barn and gently placed a burlap sack on the ground. The sack began to wobble, tumble, and roll. What do you think it's going to be? It sat up, stretched to the sky, and went, "Arr, arr, arf." What could be in there? Then out popped a little head. What do you think it is? A puppy. The puppy shook his ears, raised his head to the sky, and yelped out another "Arr, arr, arf." Then he burst out of the sack and romped around, greeting everyone with wet kisses. Have you ever had a dog give you wet kisses before? He wriggled from head to toe, and his spotted tail wiggled and wagged and wiggled. The farm animals smiled as they watched their new happy friend. How do you think the farm animals are feeling if they're smiling? How would you feel if you had a puppy? And then, as quickly as he had jumped out of the sack, he wobbled over to Otis, leaned on his tire, yawned, slouched, and plopped off to sleep. You see that? The farmer put an old doghouse in front of the barn, scooped up the sleepy puppy, placed him in his new home, and said, "Good night, little pup." I wonder if there's going to be a problem in this story. What could happen? Otis, the little calf, and all the animals filed into the barn for a good night's sleep. Otis yawned and nestled into his stall. He was thrilled to have the little puppy on the farm, and he smiled as he drifted off to sleep. Put, puff, puttity zzz. All of a sudden he awoke to a pitiful whimper. The whimper turned into a whine, and the whine into a yelp. It was the puppy. Oh, he was having trouble sleeping. Maybe he was afraid. Let's see what happens. It was dark as midnight. Otis took a deep breath, clicked on his headlights, and putted out to the doghouse, where he found the puppy trembling with fear. He was afraid of the dark. With a chuff, Otis invited him into the barn, where the puppy curled up and fell fast asleep. From that night on, the puppy would slink from his doghouse into the barn with Otis, where he felt safe. The other page. And after a day of working on the farm, the two friends would play hide and seek with the others. One day, while it was Otis's turn to be it, he sat counting to 10 while the others hid. 1 putt, 2 puff, 3 puffity, 3 puttity, 4 chuff. But the puppy had something else in mind. Uh-oh, what's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Otis finished counting, peeled out and motored here and there, putt, puff, puttity, chuff, swerving and darting and skidding as fast as he could to find his friends. He found the little calf hiding behind the old apple tree. What's the puppy doing? And the ducks hiding in a scraggly growth of honeysuckle. And he found the massive bull trying his best to hide behind a lone dandelion. But where was the puppy? Oh no, what's going to happen? What do you think? Otis and the animals searched high and low. Even the farmer came to help. But they couldn't find the puppy anywhere. Oh no. I hope this problem gets solved. Finally, the farmer stopped the search. It's getting dark, he said. Let's continue the search in the morning light. But by the time they reached the barn, it was already quite late, and all the animals went right to bed. What do you think's going to happen? Everybody went back because it was too dark to go searching. Yet Otis couldn't fall asleep. His heart ached deep inside his engine. He knew how scared of the dark his new friend was, and he was worried that the puppy had wandered into the forest. He putted over to the barn, looked out into the night, and sighed. Like the little puppy, Otis too was afraid of the dark, but he knew what he had to do. What does he have to do? He has to be brave. He has to find his friend. He clicked on his headlights and puffed out into the night. There he goes. Just inside the forest, Otis stopped dead in his tracks. The sounds of the night crackled, thumped, and croaked all around him. His heart pounded, and he shook like a leaf. Every part of him wanted to turn and run back to the farm, yet he knew his friend needed him. So he closed his eyes and began to count. 1 putt, 2 puffs, 3 puttity, 4 chuff. By the time he got to 5, Otis felt a lot calmer. When he hit 10, it was game on. Do you think he's going to find him? He peeled out and motored here and there. He swerved and darted and skidded and flashed his headlights everywhere in the dark night. He circled and crisscrossed the forest, making sure to see every possible place a puppy could hide. It seems like he's having a hard time finding the puppy. Finally, his light shined across an old hollow log with a little spotted tail poking out one end. The puppy was whimpering softly, too scared to come out, but when he heard Otis, he squealed with joy, "Arr, arr, arf!" He wriggled and wagged and wiggled right out of that log. He squealed and cried and covered Otis's face with kisses. Otis saved the day. He was brave and went out into the forest because he knew that his friend needed help. Then the two friends began to make their way home. They stood tall together as they passed through the dark forest, and somehow the night sounds no longer felt so frightening to them. They overcame their fear together. On the farm, a warm, safe bed awaited them. Before long, a new day would arrive, full of bright sunshine, work, and play. The end. So, have you ever had to be brave about something, or something that you were really scared of that you had to overcome because somebody needed you, or you needed to help somebody or something in order to solve the problem? And Otis was a hero. So I bet if you have done something like that too, then you were probably a hero. All right, guys, I will see you again for another story soon. Miss you all. Bye.